quite a few of these around garden in containers, osters, and they can grow quite big, these plants, except they do have one major setback: slugs love them. So if you don't keep your eye on them, within no time they could be devastated by slugs. And they are a perennial plant, so you know they die back in autumn and then they come back again at the beginning of spring. And each year they'll get bigger and bigger, especially if they're in ground. But what I do to protect these plants from slugs is I surround them with holly leaves, because a slug won't cross that. It's too spiky, and neither will snails. So it's really good protection for plants that are known to be favourites for slugs. It also adds a little bit of extra attraction to a pot, I think so. But it'll save your plant from getting eaten, and then it'll be able to grow on to be a bigger plant every year. It's just a little thing that I do to protect delicate plants that are favourites of slugs. But obviously not everybody can get holly leaves, but pine needles will work just as well. There's certain things that these slugs and snails won't cross because the underside is too delicate. But also there's other things that you can do as well. If you surround your plants with certain other plants, that will deter slugs and snails. They don't like lavender either. So if you surround your more delicate plants with things like lavender, that's going to deter slugs and snails to some extent. They also don't like mint and rosemary and thyme, because again the smell is very off-putting to them. So just a couple of little things that you can do that at this time of year you're going to start and get a little bit overrun with slugs and snails. And apart from your vegetables, they're going to devastate your flowers as well. So apart from some of the things that we spoke about, if you are growing vegetables in your garden and you space them out correctly, then you can implant in between certain things that repel them. Obviously you won't want to be putting things like mint because it's too invasive, it's going to spread everywhere. But you could put pots of mint. Because you can get a big clump of mint and you can divide it up and you can pop it into small pots and then place them around your vegetable garden area, because that will repel slugs and snails because of the strong scent that it gives off. But if you're growing herbs like rosemary and thyme, you can also pick rosemary and mint and mix it in some water just to extract some of that natural scent. Then you can use it in a spray bottle and then you've got a natural repellent that you can spray around your plants. One of the most effective ways though is a beer trap. So if you get something like this, a dish, maybe a little bit deeper than this one, and place it near your vegetables, and then just put a little beer in, because the slugs will be attracted to this before they're attracted to your vegetable plants. It's because of the aroma that it gives off, and it's the malt that attracts them. So if you are going to do this, you don't have to go to the supermarket and buy a pack of Stella. You can just go to the supermarket and get the cheapest non-alcoholic beer that they've got, because it's not the alcohol, it's the malt that attracts them. And then just place a few of these around your vegetable patch. Another way that you can kind of cut down on what they do is to take away bottom leaves of things like lettuce, the delicate plants, your cabbages, your brassicas, which are probably the most attractive thing to a slug. What you need to do is, if you go round them through growing season and you just remove all the bottom leaves, so it's more of a plant on a bit of a stalk, then that's going to help quite a lot, because the leaves on the ground is going to keep moisture in there, which is very attractive to slugs. But if they're not there and there's good airflow underneath, it's going to dry out quicker, which is not attractive to slugs. Other than that, if you can get hold of sand, then sprinkle some sand around your plants, because sand dries out so quick that that is something that they don't want to go on, because slugs breathe through the skin. And if they go across things like sand, it's going to start to dry them out. So you could make a little barrier around your plants doing that, and to some extent that's going to help deter them. So that's just a few things that you can try to help combat the problem of slugs eating all the vegetables that you're growing. Holly leaves around your flowers, like asters, is a good one. If you're going to cut holly leaves, make sure you wear gloves when you do it. They do contain a natural poison, and it can also affect humans, so you don't want to be getting anything like that on your hands. So it's okay to put them around your asters and things, but I definitely wouldn't put them around your vegetable plants. But it will work for things like this. And I think at some point we've all had asters and then just watched them slowly disappear over the course of a week. Then you've got your eggshells. Obviously they're not as effective as people say they are, but to some extent they will work. And it's the same for things like copper tape. Copper tape, for me, I have tried it in past and it's not really made much of a difference. You just put a barrier around your plants, but the slugs still go over the top of it. But your aromatic plants like your lavender, your mint, your rosemary, your thyme definitely will repel slugs and snails. But out of all of them, I think the most effective is always going to be a beer trap. So it's up to you what you try to do, because obviously we don't really want to be using blue slug pellets in garden. But if you are planting flowers with vegetables, doing a kind of a companion planting thing as well, then things like hydrangeas and ferns, they will also repel slugs. And you've got that little bit of decoration at the same time. I thought I'd make this video with a few ideas which I've used in past, some that work really well, some not so well, and some that I don't think really make any difference at all. I've still got loads of potting on that I need to start. Sweet corn as well that we need to move on. Kale and pepper plants that are starting to grow on really well now. And a lot of cucumber plants. So with that in mind, I'll best get all these jobs sorted out now. So I hope you enjoyed that video and you've got something from it. And if you want to see what we do in future, please just hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice weekend.